Welcome to the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is, here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron.
Welcome back to another episode of the Buzzer Beater Friday series on the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast. I'm Terry Cameron. This week we're going to talk about what I think is probably the most important type of questions you can learn to help you sell more cars now and the rest of your career in the business. As a matter of fact, my wife even uses them on me, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But the questions I'm talking about are either or questions. You know, they're the ones where you ask the question and you provide the answers. It should start right in your greeting. Welcome to my dealership. My name is Terry. What type of vehicle are you here to drive today? A car, truck, or an SUV? That should be your very first either-or question. Now, either-or questions are used for more than just finding customers' wants and needs. For example, are you looking for something with all the bells and buzzers, or just something basic? Will you be carrying clients, or just you and your family riding in the vehicle? Is there any other equipment that you'd like to have? Maybe navigation or the rear parking camera. So use the either-or questions to find the wants and needs. You also use it, and I think this is probably the most important use of it, to control the conversation. Things aren't going the right way if the customer is asking you all the questions. You should be asking them the questions. Congratulations, who's the lucky one? Is it going to be you, the primary driver, or is it going to be for somebody else? Do you prefer lighter or darker colors? Again, we want to control the conversation. It's also really good to use when we're bypassing a price objection or price question on the lot. When customers ask what kind of discounts are on the vehicles. All you have to do is make sure you answer the question or acknowledge it. Hey, I know price is important to you. Then you're going to build a bridge with by the way, speaking of, that reminds me. So again, the customer asks, are there any discounts on this vehicle? Well, heck, I know that's important to you, and I'm really not sure. These are normally our most popular models. But speaking of those, let me ask you this. Are you looking for something with all the bells and buzzers, or just something basic? And you're right back on track to selling cars, and you're not going to be talking about price anymore. It's also used, the either-or questions are also used to close the sale. And I like the either-or questions you use to get the customer into the showroom, as opposed to the ones we use right now. I did a poll with my salespeople, and almost all of them told me the way they get their customer from the lot to the showroom is, hey, you guys want to go in and work up some numbers, or take a look and see what the numbers are going to be? Wouldn't it be so much better to ask your question, this type of question, an either-or question, as you're walking into the showroom? Something like, hey guys, you're going to love your vehicle, but let me ask you, is this going to be registered in one name or two? Who cares what the answer is? Just means they're buying a car. The other thing is for refreshments, and this is my favorite. Hey, let's go inside and wrap this up. And while we're doing it, would you like something hot or cold to drink while we finish the paperwork? Who cares if they want something hot or cold? If they say either one of those, they're there to wrap up the paperwork. And the last thing, let's say you're showing them a pickup truck, but they need a tow package on it, doesn't have one. As you're walking in the showroom with them, hey guys, you want to go ahead and schedule that appointment to get the tow package put on this Friday, or would next week on your day off be better for you? Again, that's to close the sale. And one more thing that you're going to use either-or questions for is to get a definite time. Anchor somebody to a specific time and date for an appointment. Hey, would you guys prefer mornings or afternoons? Let's say they like mornings. Okay, early morning or late mornings? Well, probably late morning. So how about 10:30, or how about 10:45? It's kind of funny, but I believe it's like 38 to 40% of people that schedule their appointments on the quarter hour have a greater chance of them showing up. Either-or questions work. This is how I know this. One day, my wife and I were shopping at a high-end mall in Austin, Texas, and I don't know why, but in the department stores that she likes to go in, you always have to walk past the women's apparel and their jewelry and their perfume before you can get to the department you came there to visit in the first place. So I kind of make a beeline through there, thinking my wife is walking right behind me, and then I hear off in the distance behind me my wife saying, hey honey, do you like this dress or this dress? And I said, well, I don't know if I like either one of them. But she goes, well, which one do you think would look better on me, this one or that one? She had me there. That either or question had me. What kind of answer could I give her there? And then she showed me the price. And I said, you got to be kidding me. For that little piece of material there, it's going to cost, I think it was upwards of $220 on sale. And I said, you're crazy. There's no way I'm paying that kind of money for that dress. She goes, well, other than the price, though, do you think it's nice and look nice to me? I said, well, of course. She said, well, great, because it's on sale. It's 50% off. She got me. And that's my fault because my wife is my partner. That's who I always practice my call guides, my scripts, my either or questions, and my processes with. So she learned them, and it worked. So guys, if my wife can use an either or question to close me, don't you think with a little bit of practice, you can use some either or questions to close your customer? I bet you can. Real quick before I go, I'd like to remind you to go ahead on YouTube, search for me, Terry Cameron, look for the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk YouTube channel, and subscribe to it. I'm going to try to put out videos once a week, and if you subscribe, you'll get a chance to take a look at them. So let's have a really good weekend, sell some cars, make lots of money. Remember, the sky's the limit. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. Please rate it on iTunes and visit the 10minutesalestalk.com website to send an email. We appreciate your valuable feedback, and don't forget to share the show with a friend.